Hello everyone, welcome back to another SNL video on the E36. If you're new here, behind us, underneath this cover, is my pride and joy. It's the E36, so let's get the cover out and I'll show you what we're fitting today. As you can see by the state of the interior, we haven't got much further because I was drying the carpet. No, I pressure washed the carpet. I've left it outside for like 3 days in the sun, it still isn't dry. But in the meantime, we've had some parcels. So part of this MOT prep, the owner told us before something about anti-roll bar links. So I bought some. I don't know if they're needed or not, we'll soon find out. And to sort out for my own sanity, I've got 20 brand new black wheel bolts ready to go on. So what we're going to do today is we're going to jack up the front of the car, have a look at the anti-roll bar links and see what's happening. And then once I've done that, I'll pick the video up in a couple of days once we've got our handbrake cables, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, we can take it for an MOT. Right, so this is actually the first time we're jacking up on a jacking point for this car. Let me show you what it's actually like underneath here. On this side, we've actually still got the jacking puck, so we should be alright on this corner, but we'll soon find out if the jack goes through the floor. But I'm feeling hopeful, so let me just jack this up quickly and get the wheel off. You see, there are actually only 3 wheel bolts in this wheel. One of the reasons why I bought 20 more, and also I wanted all matching ones because these are all different. But if you go in on the wheel arch, you can see behind the fake M3 wheels, you've got brand new slotted and drilled discs. I believe they're EBC yellow stuff pads. Brand new wishbone arms down here. And we have got an anti-roll bar link, so I don't quite know what this guy was on about, but we got 2 more now, so we might as well put them in. That bush looks a little bit perish, but nothing excessive. This track rod end here, again, not the newest. There is not sure if that's a little split or not, but there's minimal play in there, so that's fine for the MOT. But what we're going to do is we're going to try and get this anti-roll bar link off, so wish me luck. As you can tell by the state of the mole grip, this is not being very fun whatsoever, but by the feel of things, that is now loose. So for anybody who isn't sure, this is what's called an anti-roll bar link, or somebody might call it a drop link. I have a feeling this one might be it might be like bush, like an aftermarket bush, which is like stronger, but you can see the top of it, that's like shagged anyway. But for anybody who doesn't know, so imagine this is an anti-roll bar, okay? You have 2 shocks either side to go up and down when you're going down the road. You have a bar in the middle, and you have one of these. This connects to the bar and either to the shock, but in this case on this guy it connects to the wishbone, and then this one connects to the other side. So when you're going around a corner really fast, when you dip down, let's say you're taking a left hand corner and you dip, your right dips down, these will keep it more together, making the car feel more stable as such, compared to if you didn't have an anti-roll bar. Which is why on a lot of cars like a Clio 182 that doesn't have a rear anti-roll bar, a lot of people fit them aftermarket to make them feel a lot better, especially when they're going around tracks and really fast cornering. So that's the old, drop my anti-roll bar, and here's the new. You can see they're basically the same. I've got new ones of these brackets here, but that is definitely an aftermarket bush, probably a poly bush, but that ball joint's no good now anyway, so I'm just going to stick these new ones on. I'm not going to track the car, I'm probably not going to drift the car, so I don't need polybushed anti-roll bar links. So I'll see you in 30 seconds once I've got the new part. Alright, so here we go. Here's our new anti-roll bar link. I have had to reuse this nut and bolt because I couldn't find another one. But this end goes right here in that bar that I was talking about a minute ago, just like that. And then this other one will fit. There's a hole here. That fits in there. So that's how that bar connects to this arm. And in theory, it should be the same on the other side. I'm going to get this all done up quickly and then we'll go across to the other side. See there, now I've got that in place. I can whack this bolt on here. It's got a nylon thread locker on it just to keep it nice and tight. I can tighten that up, and then on the bottom side I've got a nut and a washer to go on. Usually they're like around here on the strut, but like on this side, so it will connect from the strut to the anti-roll bar, but I guess it doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, so I'm going to fit this up and then we'll catch up when we're on the other side. There we go, wheel number 2 off. Oh, we've got a bit of rubbing going on this side. You can see right there. So we've got the other side. Very, very similar situation. Looks like a new caliper, EBC yellow stuff pads, brand new discs, H&R lowering springs. These ones seen better days, but you know, they're not terrible. I don't know why they're rubbing. We've got a bit of rubbing going on here. Not a great deal though, so I might just put some paint over that just so it doesn't rust. Again, new wishbone. There is a B there and it is huge. But you can see this side, the anti-roll bar, no link. I'm guessing that's what the guy was talking to me about when he said it needs the anti-roll bar doing. Jesus Christ, that B is massive. I'm being the tap bar B. Let me take you underneath for a second. Let's see. Let me just get my let me prop you up here for a second while I get my torch out. So this is what we're looking like. This may be a problem. We seem to have a little bit of rust here. I thought initially it was just the wing, but I can get that patched. That bit there, this bit here is the wing. That bit's not. You can see I'm jacked up on the jacking point, so it's nice and strong. You can see the engine, the sump is dry somewhat. It looks like it's had a leak previously. Maybe there's a power steering leak, but nothing too extensive. Ultimately, not a bad car. A little patch there, which I'll do at work. And yeah, so I'm going to whack this anti-roll bar link in. I'm going to wrap this anti-roll bar link in now, and that'll be me done for the day. Just because, wow, I'm waiting for my handbrake cables. Once the handbrake cables are here, that'll be when I am able to carry on further. I just tried the horn, and the horn seems to be working now, but I've got a bit of an issue with this door here, the window. You can see it just dropped then. But if I like come in here and I turn the key on, so we're like ready to go, it doesn't go up, goes down, goes up to there. Yeah, that, and that's it. So I don't know if like there's a dodgy wire or whatever, because like sometimes if I shut the door and I like lean on it a little bit, I'm not going to be able to get to it. But I leant on it earlier without the key in the ignition, and yeah, it went straight up. Wow, I say straight up, it probably come up from about here to about there, so maybe an inch. But I'm just rambling now. If anybody wants these wing mirrors and they got some normal wing mirrors they want to swap for me, please let me know, because I hate them, they're way too small. I'm going to fit this anti-roll bar link. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up back when handbrake cables are here. As the rear arch is slightly in the air as well, I might as well try and show you back here a little bit too. Just dirt, a little bit above it then, but nothing major. So yeah, I will I'll get this sorted and I'll catch you when my handbrake cables are here and once we're fitting them, and then I can show you how a drum brake is, or a disc slash drum brake assembly works. But until then, peace. So guys, it's a few days later. I've lost my camera woman, but we've got parking brake cables. So let me come out here. You can see it's a little bit wet on the floor, but here is the 36. It's covered up at the moment because I'm having some weird ass issue with the window. So I've got it up at the moment, but the window regulator wasn't working. But then I leant on the door and it started going up. And when I say leant on the door, I mean from the outside of the car. So I was putting the cover on it like this, and I pushed like there, which for reference, that's the door handle there. I literally just pushed here, and then the window started going up. With the key was in my hand. So I don't actually know what that's all about, but what we're going to do now is I'm going to get this cover off, and then we're going to jack up the car, and then we're going to fit these handbrake cables, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So I'll be back in a minute. You've already seen how to jack up a car, so we'll be back in a minute once the cover's off and the car is jacked up. Right everyone, as you can tell from the angle of the car, we are jacked up. I do have a couple of axle stands under there, however, yeah, they're there for, I'm not going to say decorative purposes, but they're there. The jacking points need rewelding. There has been patches, there's been like patches welded over the top of them, however, like the jacking point reinforcement isn't there, so that's that. So let's have a quick look in this wheel arch. Bilstein shock, H&R lowering springs, they're fine, just the outer protector is a little bit crusty. Again, basically brand new discs, small teeny little lip on them. There's not yellow stuff pads on the back, but there's new pads on there, you see. Obviously that looks brand new. The drive shaft looks new just on this side. This lower arm, that looks new, here you are. And yeah, so there's been a little bit of a weird brake routing down there, but it's all solid. One thing I do want to do is on the other side just clean up the brake lines. They look solid, but yeah, they look solid. They've just rusted a little bit. Sorry, I can't get my words out. So what we're doing now is we need to whack this bolt off, get this spring off, and the caliper to come off, and then behind there is where we'll catch up again when we are in front of the drum assembly, and I can explain what it does and what we're actually changing. So I will catch up with you in a minute. Right, as you just saw, we've just worked our way on getting everything out. So if you're unaware, on these BMWs, I'm pretty sure even the new BMWs are like this, there's a main disc brake, as you can see here. Here's the caliper. I'm letting it dangle because that literally weighs nothing. That's not going to affect this hose any way, shape or form. The handbrake is done by something called brake shoes. You can see these are called shoes. And when you pull the handbrake, right, this expands outwards. I'm not going to be able to do it because I'm not that strong. This expands outwards, pushing against here, locking your handbrake on. That is how these work. And basically what's happened is whoever had this axle off before is a bit of a knob and has cut the cable and the housing. So now basically we've got to take it all apart. I was hoping that I'd be able to do it without it, but I really don't think I'm going to be able to. Down here you see this thing right here, I can't see the camera, this thing right here, that's where the cable goes into, literally in this, and there's a dowel pin that goes through the middle, and that I've got to push that out and get a new cable through and repress it back in. So I can try and hit it with this hammer, with this screwdriver and a hammer, but I really don't think, you can sort of see it there a little bit better. I really don't think I'm going to be able to get that out, and then while we're in here we'll let him rough that up a little bit so it makes it better for braking, well, hand braking. So what I'm going to try first, because again you can see it a little bit there, no you can't, it's way too dark, no, I'm going to try and get it out. I'm going to try and get it out without taking the drum off, because I'm not being funny, drums are just a pain in the ass. I mean, there's 2 springs and 2 push twist things, so I mean it's not that bad, but if I can avoid taking it apart I'm certainly going to. So I don't like disc brakes, I think they're shit. But yeah, anywho, I'll pick up in a minute. I'm going to try do it the other way first, see if I can push this pin out, and if I can't, I'm going to be very annoyed and you'll see me with the drums off. So let's cut to that. Alright, you rejoin me in the back of the work van. Here I can explain a lot better now. So when you pull your handbrake cable, this pulls out like that, spreading that gap, which is that holds the bottom of the 2 shoes, and then therefore doing its job. That is the pin that I need to knock out. Earlier I thought it was that one, but I didn't realise it's actually hidden behind all this, so I've had to take the shoes apart. So yeah, let's knock that out. Just like that. For that, you can't even see that. The pin is tiny. If I take this out of here now, this comes out. But now, the only other thing is getting that back in. So obviously I've got to somewhat put that into place and then pinch that in and put it all back together. Let's go figure out how it's done. Right guys, after a ridiculous amount of time, so I had to break the drum down and I will show you now. So this bit here adjusts how wide this sits naturally. Then we got a spring here which is just a bitch to get back in, because my pliers, the only set I seem to have left, have no teeth left and they're bent. These little bolts here push in and twist 90 degrees that hold the shoe in. There's our adjuster. You might be able to see just like the new shiny piece there, and then like the handbrake cables here, and it goes off into the interior. So let me show you that now. Come to the interior, underneath the handbrake you see here both, this one for the passenger side isn't like in yet, but I've just put it in there while I was underneath the car, so it just made sense. And then what we're going to do is we'll do these nuts all the way down like this, tighten them 2 up against each other, and then we should seats flying everywhere, we should have a nice good handbrake. So that is that for the time being. So what happens now is we put the disc back on and we go from there, because you can actually adjust the handbrake afterwards either via them cables, or what you do is you go through a lug nut, lug bolt hole with a screwdriver basically, and I will demonstrate this now. And then you do this, put that in there, and then like go up like that to expand, or like down to like shorten that distance here. But because this is already built up, I think it's already made for these discs and it was already working, but the guy just literally cut them out. You see over there, that's the last bit, and he said he cut them out when he did this subframe, because this rear subframe and diff housing is all polybushed. So theory is he's dropped it, he's cut them out, and then just been lazy and not sorted it back out again. So literally 30 seconds of this is going to be done. So yes, let me put this all back together. Just like that, we'll build back up. So yeah, basically that's it for this video. But yeah, what else we got to do? Let's have a look, a little debrief. That door's a really weird situation. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, because I don't think the window regulator is broken, but for some reason, I wish I could show you right now, but actually maybe I can. Right, let me come over here, and I'm getting mega distracted. This is what makes these videos kind of longer in like length. I don't mind making them, but it's the fact that I get so distracted and then I end up doing 30 things at once. So right, if I grab this window switch, whatever the hell I've done with it, it's a hazard light button. Oh, here it is. Right, window down, right, up. Oh my god, it's mugging me right off. Right, let's go all the way down, up. I'm absolutely mugged off. Do you know what? I'm not even going to cut this out of the video because banter in it. Horn works now. It didn't work before, so that's another thing like ticked off the list. I thought I had an oil leak then, but one, it's underneath the rear window, and two, it's just a brand new axle stand. What else have I got to get done? All the lights work apart from my rear this light here, which obviously on a car like this is just a bulb. My spoiler brake light is a bit funny, but I might just put some tape over it, because if it's not there they can't test it, and then rewire it in later. But other than that, I think we're ready for test actually. Like I said, it's a couple of rust patches, but nothing like serious, so there should be no reason why I can't get it for a test. Interesting. Good wash, get it MOT, I reckon, and then we can start doing fun stuff. We can start cleaning it. Remember, if you're a welder and can do body work and want to help me out, obviously I'll pay with the rear arches, because I've got 2 new rear arches, and the sills. Even though the sills don't really need to be done right now, I'm going to get them done anyway, because, well, why not? Well, do you know what I mean? If somebody's going to be doing my rear arches, they're that close to the sill, they might as well just cut it out and weld that in while they're at it. I'm going to put this down right here. I don't know if you can see me. There we go. But yeah, basically that is that for today's video. Try to think of some other stuff I need to get done. I want to do a nice proper clean on it, because it doesn't look, it looks abandoned. Obviously the interior needs sorting out. I'm still wanting interior bits. I'm not really sure what to do with the seats. Do I just grab some normal E36, E46 seats just to get them in? Obviously the rear, like that bit of carpet there, is shagged, and I've left it outside since I took it out when I got the car, so it's probably even more shagged now. The carpet still isn't dry, so I'm waiting for that to dry up, but yeah, there you go. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for the next video. I had a really good reception on the first video over the TikToks as well. Haven't really made many TikToks on this whole brake conversion thing. My glove broke. And the brake conversion? What am I even on about? The interior and ripping the interior and stuff like that. I had made a lot of TikToks on that. Oh, that's what I'm saying. I haven't made a lot of TikToks on doing the rear brake cable, so I just wanted to get them done because I need this car like ASAP, because I'm going to daily drive this car, you know, and like summer's coming. I want to go to some like car things, car shows. Even though it doesn't look amazing, it's still it's a 29-year-old car, so it's not going to be perfect anyway. With that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to keep up to date with everything. Don't forget to follow my Instagram, that's in my bio I believe. Don't forget to follow my TikTok. There's a lot of things come out on TikTok first, because it's easier to make like a couple of second video, and then I make like a longer form and more in-depth video over here. So that's that. And anyway, enjoy, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.